Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading. This is your bonus reading for May 2021. We are going to do one of my favorite people of all time, Greg Braden. He says, when your head and your heart become one, you can move mountains. So we're going to take a look at your head right here. We're going to take a look at your heart in the next row. And then we're going to look at how you can smash the two things together so that you can move mountains. Moving mountains doesn't necessarily mean a challenge or anything difficult. It could just be a goal that you're trying to achieve, whatever it is that you're trying to do. We're going to see how you can mix your head and your heart, make them one, and then you'll move mountains, right? So definitely let me know what you think of this one, Scorpio, but also make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time or for more advice. But let's see here, Scorpio. And we are going to see what is going on for you. I'm using the Tarot of the Mystical Moments, by the way, if you're wondering what deck this is here. But in the area of your head, you have the Stag Spirit. This card says, take the lead. I feel like your head wants to take the lead on something. I feel like your brain wants to kind of charge forward on something here. I almost see you kind of like receiving downloads as well, kind of like more logically, which is weird. I mean, to me, intuition isn't logical, right? Intuition is just something that enters into your awareness, and it's not something that you think about. But it's kind of like I'm getting a mixture of the two things. I'm not quite sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We'll see as we clarify here. Because sometimes I think we get a message, like maybe when we're in the shower or something like that. And then we're like, oh, no. That can't be true, right? Because that's like our logical monkey brain, taking over and telling us, oh, no, there's no way in hell you can do whatever it is. So I'm not sure if that's a good thing or a bad thing. We're going to have to kind of figure that out here in this part of the reading. But I feel like your head wants you to take the lead on something here. And what does your head want you to take the lead on? I would say this Eight of Cups right here. You have the Eight of Cups, the Fool, and the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles, I'm getting just like a little bit of boredom for you. You have three kings in the bottom row here, which is really interesting, but I feel like a little bit of boredom. Eight of Cups is walking away from something that no longer serves you, and I do feel some of you are kind of trying to walk away from a connection or a person that no longer serves you here with this energy, and you're just looking for something. You're looking to start something new. For some of you, it could be a new job or a new business as well. Take it how it resonates, right? But it's like you are wanting to do something new and different. The art on these decks is just amazing. I love this deck here, Scorpio, if it wants to focus here, but definitely a really good one. But I feel like you're hoping, it's like your head is wanting this new beginning. The other thing that's interesting is on this Fool card, it's like there's this alligator underground here, and this lady is she's like looking at this flower. She's about to pick this flower that is on this alligator's tail. You could look at that as her kind of like stepping into a trap. You know what's really interesting here, Scorpio, is looking at this card. It's almost like her brain. She's attracted to something here, a flower, right? It's like this yellow flower at the end of that alligator's tail. And then you have these yellow flowers on this King of Pentacles here. It's like her brain is kind of going there, but then there's a bird on her hand, right? On the other hand there, Scorpio. And birds in the tarot represent your intuition. What did I say? I literally said that there's like this difference between your intuition. I could play this game all day. There's birds on this side of the Eight of Wands here, and there's dragonflies on the other side. Dragonflies represent an illusion. They represent something that isn't real. If you look through a dragonfly's wings, it's kind of like glittery, and it kind of represents an illusion. But the birds over here are calling her in this direction. So it's like your brain is calling you towards something that is not logical, is what this is saying. It's like something stands out to you because she wants to grab onto these flowers here on this Fool card. It's like something looks safe, secure, and protected with the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles is a card of convention as well. It's almost like your brain is kind of like pulling you, is asking you to trust your intuition in this first row. I feel like your brain is saying, don't get stuck in this, your brain is saying, don't get stuck in this conventional way of living. The King of Pentacles is the way things have always been done. But it's like if we go this way, look, we go to the Six of Swords to the Five of Cups. The Five of Cups here has those yellow flowers on it, right? And the Five of Cups is disappointments and sadness. If we go this way, here, you have the Eight of Cups, the Six of Swords to the King of Cups. love, happiness, something much more significant. We're going to clarify our way through, but this is a pretty straightforward reading. I feel like the reading is like saying, get out of your head. Number one, even though we want your head and your heart to come together in this reading so you can move mountains, but I feel like it's kind of like saying, get out of your head, as in trust your intuition. Don't allow kind of like things that might seem logical, or allow things that might seem safe with the King of Pentacles to guide you at this time. But let's see what is going on here for you, Scorpio. I definitely want to get more details on this strength card. Yeah, it's going to require strength for you to trust your intuition, because it's like, my problem with that Eight of Cups is it's like maybe everybody is going one direction in your life and you need to go the other direction, right? It's like there are a million quotes out there, about pretty much everything that we deal with in life that say, if everybody's going one way, go the other, right? Don't follow the masses. Don't follow the crowd. And this first row is kind of like, I feel, is kind of like your brain needing to not follow the crowd. Yeah, King of Pentacles. I do feel like this King of Pentacles thing in your life could be a trap. It could be a person that you're dealing with that is a trap. It could also be like a situation that you've been dealing with for a long time, because again, King of Pentacles is a card of convention. And you have the Four of Wands as well. It could be a person you're married to here. For others, Four of Wands is a card of freedom. These people are celebrating on the other side of those Four Wands. So it's kind of like a card of freedom. It's almost like your head wants freedom, but you're going to have to take the lead. You're going to have to walk away from a situation, or kind of the Eight of Cups is walking into darkness. I love the Eight of Cups personally because you're walking towards the Nine of Cups with the Eight of Cups, but it is a card of uncertainty, doubt. It's like he's walking away from something that once, on a traditional Eight of Cups, he's walking away from something that once served him very well. And that's like what you're doing here. In your next row for your heart, you have the tick-tock card. I feel like time is running out. I feel like you need to make a decision in some area of your life, and your heart kind of knows that as well. You have the Queen of Pentacles, the Six of Swords, and the King of Swords here. And here's the logic right here is the King of Swords. Very logical type thinking, right? So it's kind of like it is almost like you're having like this head-heart battle. And in some ways, I feel like you're trying to make your heart kind of logical here, and it's like your heart is not logical, right? It's more emotional. King of Cups right here. And that's your advice, is to kind of allow the emotional side of things in. That will help you move mountains at this time. But again, you have the Queen of Pentacles, Six of Swords, King of Swords here. It's like you have gone through a rite of passage. I feel like you've gone through this dark period of time with the Six of Swords, and you have gained a lot of resources here with the Queen of Pentacles. And these could be like emotional resources, could be anything. But I feel like your heart almost is saying like, okay, you are at this crossroads. The Queen of Pentacles to me can be a clue card for being at a crossroads or having a choice to make. Like, do I stay or do I go, right? And I feel for some of you, the Queen of Pentacles is like saying your heart has already, she is aiming towards this Eight of Cups. And it's almost like your heart has already made the decision to walk away from something that is no longer serving it, right? Your heart is no longer in something. Here is what I'm getting. All three water signs have been very similar as far as the readings are concerned. So again, I would watch your sun, moon, and rising, especially if you have water in your chart. But it's almost like something no longer serves you here, and that's what you're walking away from, Scorpio. Let's see. You have the moon. Yep, you're not sure where you're going, that's for sure. Definitely a lot of uncertainty and, kind of lack of clarity as well. The moon also says keep going. The moon and the Eight of Cups to me are very similar. Even though the Eight of Cups represents a period after a new moon, the moon represents a period after a full moon. To me, they're very similar cards because both of them kind of represent mysteries and uncertainty and not being sure what you're moving towards. Look at more logic in the area of your heart, right? And the Seven of Pentacles here. It's funny that you have all this very logical energy in your heart. I knew that there was going to be some sort of difference, like that. That's why I said that at the beginning of the reading. I was getting that. I was like seeing like a. I'll just tell you what I was seeing, Scorpio. I was seeing like a radio wave like hitting you in the head, but it was almost like you're kind of going like this, like kind of this. The messages are coming into your brain but more intuitively. They're like entering into your field, if you will, but it's kind of like you're like, what is that? Like a little bit more hesitant or not trusting, trying to make things that aren't logical, right? And that could be a little, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't be logical. I'm not saying that we shouldn't be balanced and all that other stuff, but it's almost like you're kind of trying to logic something into existence instead of kind of trusting your intuition, which is trying to guide you at this time. It's kind of simple because, like, really, I feel like the reading is just saying allow some emotion in, allow some intuition in, and boom, you'll move mountains. It's just that simple, right? And that's really what I feel like this reading is saying. You have divine counterparts here as well if you're looking for love. Could be love. In the last row here of how to smash these two things together so that you can move mountains, you have the Stingray Spirit. This is a card about kind of bringing things into alignment. In this book, this is from the Tarot of the Wild, or the Wild Unknown Animal Oracle deck, and in the book for this card, it says something about like forming a backbone. It's almost like you're making something a reality here. You have the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Cups here. The logical side is what will everybody else think here, Scorpio? For whatever you're trying to do, whatever obstacle you're trying to overcome, or whatever you're trying to manifest or create, again, whatever mountain you're trying to move here, and again, moving a mountain doesn't have to be a hard thing. It could be a goal you're trying to achieve or a mountain you're trying to climb, right? Whatever you're trying to do, look at all the eyes on this Nine of Swords here. She's covered with these eyeballs. It's almost like you're too worried what other people will think, and that could be preventing you from moving forward. I feel like there's a very strong need to not care with the King of Cups. The King of Cups, normally there are choppy waters all around the King of Cups, and there are choppy waters on this card here as well. But the King of Cups is normally just sitting there, and he's perfectly fine. He doesn't care what's going on around him. He just is letting it happen, right? And so in a lot of ways, I feel like this is just saying, let it happen. No matter what is going on in the world, I feel like you need to kind of maintain your emotional space. And I also feel like you need to kind of be willing to express your emotions as well. But I also feel that you need to allow your intuition in. Again, I feel like there's a lot of reasons. Again, I keep saying this with the whole beer bug situation and everything. There are a lot of reasons not to do something, no doubt about it. But at the same time, I feel like this is saying that you need to, regardless of what's going on in the world, you need to do something anyway. And then your head and your heart will become one. And then you will accomplish all the things that you want to accomplish here, Scorpio. Definitely a lot of success coming in for you, I see here as well. Again, I would be very careful. I feel like you need to look at what you do have with that Five of Cups as well. The Five of Cups is about, needing to look at what you do have to be successful. But let's see where this is going, Scorpio. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. A lot of success coming in for you, like I said. You have the Four of Pentacles. Literally, the Four of Pentacles is my card of your head and your heart becoming one. Because he has a pentacle over his head, pentacle over his heart, and they are in alignment. So I feel that you are coming into alignment at this time. And you have the Knight of Swords. Yeah, really your answer is intuition. It's like once you start trusting your intuition, those intuitive hits that you get during the day, while you're in the shower, whatever, it's like that's when you're going to start moving mountains a lot faster. I also feel like you could have experienced a loss here, some sort of loss with that Five of Cups, but you need to like turn around and see what you do have in your life and work with what you got is definitely what I'm getting in this reading. I feel like if you can work with what you got, you'll be successful surprisingly fast, very quickly. So I would definitely do that as well here, Scorpio. I feel like you need to do that with this energy, kind of work with the energy that you have and all that other good stuff. But this is a pretty good reading. I would just avoid, avoid the logic trap, right? Because something might be logically telling you to do it, but it's like intuitively you're getting all these messages to go in another direction or to do something different with your life. And that's what I feel like you need to do here with this energy. I feel also that there's like some sort of blessing in disguise coming in for you here. Let's see. I do want to see, what's this blessing I'm getting here? Empress? Damn. I knew there was something good coming for you, Scorpio. I kept getting the word blessing, like almost like blessing in disguise right here with the Five of Cups. The Temperance card, yeah, something you're going to be waiting for. You're going to have to be patient. But you have the Five of Swords, let go of the past for sure. I feel that there's like some sort of blessing coming in for you. I wouldn't, that Five of Swords, I feel like it's saying that you're going to have to walk away from something that logically makes sense, right? But it only logically makes sense. You don't even feel it with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is more going towards your feelings or what you feel inside you need to be doing. So that's what you're walking away from here. But I would be patient. I feel there's like a lot of abundance coming in for you here, Scorpio, with the Empress energy. I feel like you just need to be patient, but I really like this reading for you, Scorpio. A lot of good stuff. So thank you for watching, Scorpio. Really appreciate it. Make sure to watch your sun, moon, and rising for a full picture of what's going on for you at this time. Also, feel free to like and subscribe. Really appreciate the support. But thank you, Scorpio, and definitely enjoy your month.